Good morning, everybody out there in Facebook land and TikTok world. I'm going to kill you here on TikTok just for a second. Yes, I am using headphones so that I can hear myself. I got to answer the girlfriend who is driving on skating rink. Okay, welcome back. Welcome back. Hello, everybody out there in YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, wherever I'm going live at. I'm going live everywhere. Going live, going live, going live. Okay. All right. How y'all doing out there? I am Monty Anderson with 412 Productions, The Art of Monty Anderson. Oh, another bout of winter weather. Let me try something different. I don't like that. A little bit of reverb. I'm trying to get the best sound out there. Just because, you always want the best sound for everything. So I've got two different mics going on here. I've got the mic on my chest. Pardon me while I lift my ear flaps so I can get these headphones in and seated in there just right. Yes. All right. Hopefully everybody's doing great out there. Good morning, Mr. Roy. I see you there. I see everybody showing up today. It's awesome. Today it's 17 degrees outside. Got the fireplace roaring in the other room. And nice snowfall hit last night sometime. So put about, I'd say about an inch of snow on the ground. And like I said, the girlfriend is out there skating in it, heading to work. She decided to go ahead and try. They gave her the option of coming in later. I mean, she is going in a little late right now, but give me just a second on TikTok. I'll be right back. She is saying somebody's flying past her on the ice rink. So, welcome back again. I'm talking to the girlfriend as well, and I don't have two different phones for that. I'm not a drug dealer. But how are you all doing out there? Let me try and take some of this bass out of it right there. Add a little bit more treble. Get the accompany down. I'm trying to get this all sounding good. I don't want any reverb. Okay, that sounds a little better. That sounds a little better. It's not awesome. Sorry, I disagree, buddy. Outside, I mean. No, I know what you mean. You don't like the cold weather. I love the cold weather. That's why I could live in Alaska. She's able to go 35. She doesn't have anybody around her. Okay, cool. All right. Sorry about those pauses right there, folks, but we are back. Like I said, it snowed last night. They plowed. They exposed the lower level, which then turned to good old black ice. So if you don't know what black ice is, it is looks like the pavement, but it's just a sheet of ice. So if you're on asphalt or concrete, whichever roadway your system is made out of, it makes it look like that. So, um, and it means it's slicker than snot out there. And if you've got children, you know what slicker than snot means. All right. But hopefully, y'all are doing great out there. This is my daily time to come on to swoon you into buying my artwork. And no, really. Now, if you want to buy my artwork, you can. I've got plenty of artwork up for grabs. I've got plenty of blank comic book covers sitting behind me that I've shown many times on the show. I just finished up one for Street Fighter with Chun Li on the cover, and um, this one got me flagged apparently the other day. Thank you, buddy. Mr. Roy says it's Mo Betta watching your live show now, buddy, and I appreciate that. I appreciate each and every one of you stopping in, checking out the channel, where we talk everything from the weather outside, which it's snowy outside, to fireplaces. If you've got a fireplace, get that thing stoked up and going. Also, we talk artwork, comic books, and action figures and movies. You know, because I am a horror buff, I watch a ton of horror movies, and I hate these headphones. I really, really do. I would have my other over ear headphones in, but they don't pair up with this very well. So I've got to do what I gotta do so I can hear myself and then I can make the best choices possible for you guys out there. So yes, we talk movies. I'm a big horror buff. I'm an avid comic book collector. I do a lot of different artwork out there. So, I just got finished up recording all of my lines for a movie. I'm doing a voiceover, and for a movie out there. It is a fan film for let's just say Power Rangers. So if there are any Power Rangers fans out there, just know my character is Champ. He is the basically second in command almost to the main bad guy character. So he still has a few roles, a few voice roles out there. And I just got done voicing those and sending them off. I am sending them off to the film producer so that he can yay or nay what I've already recorded for him. And so we're going to go from there. Um, this character I don't know a whole lot about. I just gave him this deep, semi Brooklyn type accent, and uh, it should be interesting. Let's put it that way. This is my first voiceover role, so that's going on my resume now. Voice actor. Like you see a lot of people out there that they'll voice your favorite cartoon shows or, anime or whatever that you follow. Or even voiceovers for different movie roles where um, the main character isn't the main character, but yet the voice still is because, say, his younger days or whatever. Um, so it's a new learning experience for me to do this because you have to act as you're portraying the voices and tour, and I've acted in some movies. Um, so now you're lending that acting to a voice, and so you don't always get to see what you're doing, but what I did to bring it all to life. Sorry, let me try and adjust this microphone. It's flippy floppy down to one side right there. All right, give me just a second on TikTok. I gotta go talk to the girlfriend. She's coming up to a big hill where ice is. Sorry out there on Facebook and everywhere else. Okay, now, so I put up my OBS where I can see myself talking and moving and all that stuff. And what I did whenever I started doing these voiceover roles, this voiceover role, is I acted into the camera directly in front of me. And so I was giving it the emotion that you would give, to anything in a fight scene or a death scene or a love scene, those type of things. And so I'm able to watch myself while I'm reading these lines. And so that helps with your voiceover because with your voiceover and your voice acting skills, you have to be able to fluctuate. You have to be able to emphasize. You have to be able to still show the same things you would in your motions in a film actor role. And I don't think a lot of people understand that unless you've watched a lot of documentaries on said voice acting roles, and things like that. And I've talked to a lot of voice actors, and have a lot of voice actor friends on Facebook and things like that. And they say it's all about the emotion for that you're putting into that voice. And so, that's what I tried to do. I tried to see myself in that role, what was happening during that uh, voicing, that voice, the speaking part of that character, and see what all is going on, what's happening. And so at that point, then you get into character. And from there, you become that character. And so all outside world disappears because now you are that character. You are that person. And it's fun to try and see what that person is really like that you're voicing. And it's just cool to bring that character to life as you're watching yourself voice that role, because you become a different person. And that's where a lot of people, I'm about to sneeze, I think. You can feel it when it's coming on. Yep. Bless me. I got a tickle up my nose this morning. That's where a lot of people, unfortunately, don't get out of those roles. And it takes them and drags them down, unfortunately. Um, and we see it happen with a lot of actors out there. And it's sad that these actors can't get out of these roles, that it takes them to such deep depression in some of the roles that they pick up. And let's take Heath Ledger, for example, playing the Joker. He went into this deep, maniacal, depressed character role, and for whatever reason, he couldn't break out of. And the dude had everything to live for. I mean, and I'm not saying that what he did was wrong for him, but it just it's just sad when you go down that road and you can't come back from it. So I feel for him. I feel for his family and all that good stuff. I know it's been a while since that happened, but if you ever see anybody that, this is something I haven't talked about in a while. If you ever see anybody that is depressed or has a lot of anxiety or something like that, talk to them. Um, because you could be that person that pulls them out of that depression. You could be that person that pulls them away from the ledge, if you will. If you are one of those people that is in deep depression or anxiety, 988, or hit up my DMs. Okay. Um, I battle my own demons, my own depressions, my own anxieties that I never knew I had, just because of my generation, my age group. We were told to walk it off, go play outside. You want something to cry about? I'll give you something to cry about. Or you're crying? I'll give you something to cry about. Those type things. Parents didn't really care where we were. Hold on just a second, guys. On TikTok, I got to talk to the girlfriend. Okay. I am back again. So, but again, if you are having battles of depression or anxiety or just need somebody to talk to, you've got 988, or like I said, hit me up in my DMs. And we will chitty chatter because I don't mind. Um, if I can help somebody get out of a black hole and not just the movie, because that was a great movie from Disney back in the back in the, what was it, 70s? 70s or 80s. I can't remember the exact time frame for the black hole, but it was great. So, we here talk about artwork. We talk about movies. We talk about movie roles. Um, we talk about a little bit of everything from here. So, with all that being said, I got a new piece of artwork on my table right now. It is David of the Lost Boys, where he is crying because one character dies and he cries for them in the movie towards the end. So, sorry. We've got Chun Li over here as well, staring me down. She is a great kung fu fighter, Chinese born, on my Street Fighter blank cover. Um, I would show it, but I think that's why I got flagged the other day. Was because it was too real. If you want to check it out, you can check it out on my channel right here. You can go to my Facebook as well and check her out there. She's got a little short video over there. I have not posted that video here just because, I got flagged the other day for sexual activity, smexual activity, and we don't want to get flagged for that again. Even though I appealed it, and within the very next day, when my normal broadcast channel was supposed to happen, I was back live. So the whole day on Valentine's Day, I had to try and appeal, and I did, and I won. I beat the system. I beat them because I don't talk about that type of stuff on a regular basis here. The smexual stuff we don't talk about on a regular basis just because, even though it makes sense to me that you can have people masturbating out there and they can film themselves at a gentleman's club on a live show with full-on dancers in the background that they are filming. Um, make that make sense. You know, how are those able to stay up and running, but yet I post a picture or flash a picture right here for you guys, and I get flagged for it, and my live show goes bye-bye for the day while I was filming, while I was going live. Make that make sense. Make that make sense. Make TikTok make sense sometimes. So those of you that are watching me on Facebook and YouTube, you can see my new little mic setup right here, and it is glorious. I can do all kinds of different things with it. Um, we have got, if I say something really witty or funny, I can throw in some giggles down here. Now you guys on TikTok unfortunately cannot hear this, but everybody else up here on Facebook and YouTube can hear that because I've got a soundboard. It was a whole kit. Came with a soundboard. It's kind of like a mixer board, and then it's got the microphone with the dampener in front of it, and then it's got a swing arm, so I can move that arm anywhere I want to. So whenever we're on TikTok, you can see it right here, this contoured shape right here that goes over my face. What that does is it keeps me from spitting on the mic first off, because it is still early morning, but it also softens the voice into the microphone, so you're not just like yelling into the microphone like a lot of people tend to do. So if I do get close and all that good stuff, you can kind of see it right there. Now you can see the goldness to the mic back there. It does have a cover for that as well, but this was bought off the TikTok shop. I got one. Hold on just to give a second, guys. I gotta talk to the girlfriend. All right, I am back. Sorry about that pause. Um, so with this mixer board, I ordered one, and it came in with some other product, and it ended up getting damaged. They put other stuff on top of it, or slammed it on the ground, or I don't know what, but the mixer board itself came in crushed. There was a big break in the back panel to it, and so I didn't even try to set it up. I just put it back in the box, sent it back to him, and right after Valentine's Day, probably I'm trying to think what day all this came about because today is the 19th. So I guess it was right about before Valentine's Day that it came back. My second board that I had to reorder, they did refund the money for the first board, but sorry, moving paints around. I'm gonna be using a lot of black paint, a lot of red paint, but with all that, I am pleased with this board so far. I'm still learning all the ins and outs of it on, how I want to, what I need to take out. What do I need to add? I know I don't want to add reverb right now. I don't have any accompaniments. I don't think. Um, so I'm still playing with the knobs and things like that. But it is a fun little piece. If you need something for a podcast of your own, go ahead and get this set up. The live sound card. Um, there's no name on it per se right here, but it is professional quality, is what they say. I don't know how professional quality it is because I don't run it through, a big board or anything else like that. It's just running straight to my computer. I mean, I can run it directly to my phone as well, but I don't think they actually run it that way. I didn't see a diagram set up that way in the instruction booklet showing me to hook it from my phone to the computer at the same time. But there's possibly that potential that I could do that too as well. So, but like I was talking about, for those of you just joining, I did my voiced over for a role for a. I can't say it's the main bad guy, but it is pretty close to the main bad guy. It's like second command for a voiceover role, and that was fun. Everything has been voiced, and I'm just waiting to hear back to see if he likes what I've already recorded or if he wants something different for each one of the voiceovers that I sent him. I did 2 takes per, just to influx of word here or there, or to soften out here, or make a maniacal laughter happen, or different things. And so each take has 2 different influxes on the voiceover, and so he got a lot of files right off the bat. Now, all in all, there's more action for this character that you don't see in the voice. So he does have a larger role in the grand scheme of things, but his voice over only has X amount of voices, if you will, talking points. So um, it was pretty interesting, pretty cool to watch myself act this part out while this character is in action or getting ready for action. So that was pretty cool, pretty fun. I look forward to doing the next one, and hopefully it is with the same thing again, same deal. Again, if you're a Power Rangers fan, this fan film would be right up your alley. Um, and so that is very cool. That we in this generation get to do that type of stuff. Like I said, I've done some acting before. It was physical acting on film, and so you get to see my body, my dad bod. But no, that's cool. Uh, I do try to stay as physically fit as possible because I'm cutting wood on a regular basis. Because why? Oh, we're not out of the woods yet, and um, I deal with animals on a regular basis between my goats and welcome back, Roy. Okay, I gotta go talk to the girlfriend for a second. She's mad. most everybody else called in except for her, and now she's contemplating that she should have called in, and I don't blame her. So, um, again, back to the artwork on the table. I know we were just talking about the voiceover work, but I'm going to talk about that. Um, you lost connection. How do you lose connection, buddy? You've got a solid phone now. Sorry, guys. All right. So sorry about that. Um, this piece is going to be glow in the dark and black light and all that good stuff. It's going to be David of the Lost Boys, and it's for a friend of mine who's already commissioned it, and he's almost paid half. Trying to see if one of the cats was trying to get in my office door or not, but it's locked, so they can't get in. The dog tries to too, but I don't hear her at the door. And it could have been my poltergeist. Who knows? So there's going to be a lot of black light on this. There's going to be a lot of glow in the dark elements. There's going to be all kinds of cool stuff on this painting. It is of when David and Michael are fighting, and Marcos dies, and you see a tear come out of David's eye because of that death, the father figure, and not the Madonna song that everybody's using in churches. Make that make sense. So your choir leader didn't read the lyrics or find out anything about Madonna before using this song in churches. Uh, yeah, just like a prayer is what they're singing in churches. It's make that make sense. That church is no, or that song is nowhere appropriate to be in a church. Um, but to each their own, to each their own. If that's the type of church you're in, that's cool. It's like the girlfriend was reading something, one of the George Michael songs that she saw on TikTok or somewhere, and she was like, I didn't realize. I was like, how could you not realize that he was talking about a child whenever he was singing about that song? And so it makes you wonder about some of these people that write these lyrics to these songs. What their real life is like sometimes, because the stuff they sing about is a portrayal of themselves and what they've done in life, and it's a little scary if you think about it. And some of these people need to be locked up, big time locked up, which they wouldn't make it through general pop anyway. But for some of the stuff they sing about, but that's neither here nor there. So let's get on to some lighter topics, shall we? What movies do you guys like? What movies do you guys enjoy? Me, I'm a horror buff. I love my horror movies. I love my X Files. I love my dark TV shows. Uh, like You was a pretty good show. There is another season coming out, season 5. It is a dark, twisty, turny journey of the mind TV show. Watching Ozark now, uh, mob related. And these are the girlfriend's suggestions for TV shows. These are shows that I wanted to watch but never really got into whenever they came out. And now I can sit there and binge watch the entire, stuff, the entire show, just because they're finished and done and over with, except for You, which is coming out with season 5, the complete finale. And so, looking forward to that to finish it off from his dark journey. Dexter, didn't watch it, even though I wanted to. Never got the opportunity because I never had cable for the most part. And so now it's on pretty much any streaming channel out there, especially on Paramount Plus, I think. Yeah. And so we've watched all of the episodes. Original Sin, the first season just finished up, and then Resurrection is coming out, plus First Blood. So we've watched everything that's been made about Dexter so far. I've even got a Dexter painting and a Dexter picture. So I've got two different ones. I've got a painting and a picture, which is up for grabs, up for a slashing good time. Put it in your house where your dreams and aspirations can come true. All right, I'll be right back on TikTok. All right. Again, sorry about that, folks. Um, the girlfriend is upset because she didn't call in like a lot of other people did today, and she should have. It is snowing outside. There is a lot of ice underneath that snow, especially where they plowed and exposed a lot of ice to the weather, to the wind, where the temperature is 17 degrees outside. And so all of that water that happened to fall yesterday, buddy, you know my take on Twilight. I can't stand Twilight. I do not like Twilight. Vampires do not sparkle in the sun, they explode into flames. Um, Twilight was and this is my opinion, folks. Twilight was a worthless piece of filming adaptation from the book. But um, total garbage on Twilight. I can't stand it. I can't even watch it to this day. The girlfriend had it going the other day, and I made total fun of it during the baseball scene, um, just because of the acting therein. Um, and she even started rolling laughing with my acting skills, portraying the vampires protecting Bella during the baseball scene. But yes, Mr. Roy, dang, buddy, you letting it all out. Of course, I have no love for Twilight. Period. Not even the books. Sorry. And I know there's a new one coming out. And I don't even know why they would be bringing out another one, but whatever. Twilight. Thanks, bud. Yeah, that's traumatizing right there. No, but really, no. I'm not a fan of Twilight, the books or the movies or the action figures that are out there, the Barbie style action figures. Even the girlfriend saw them on Macari. Somebody had them up for sale, and she's like, "This doesn't even look like them." I was like, "They're spot on. They're stiff and ugly." But anyway, but no. To each their own. I know there's a lot of people that love the Twilight series, the books and the movies. I just am not one of those fans. Um, give me blood, gore, and exploding vampires any day over Twilight, and I'll be happy. Dust till dawn. That was great. I know a lot of people think it was more of a comedy, and it kind of was. I mean, it is Quentin Tarantino, so he does his comedic realm in there as well as his serious moments of blood, guts, and exploding vampires, and all that good stuff. And I really, really hate these headphones, so I'm gonna have to find and invest in a new pair because I'm gonna do some over the head earphones that are wired, so I can hook them into my little sound card right here. So, what are y'all doing out there? Y'all having fun? Y'all staying warm? I got the fireplace going in the living room. I've got a small space heater going on in my office because there is no heat or air in this office. As you can see from the ceiling, there are no ducks. Not you guys on TikTok, but you guys up there on Facebook and YouTube. You can see my ugly ceiling that is in repair. It's probably going to get taken down and started over, as a matter of fact. But no, it's everything out there is relative to something because like Dexter, we were talking about before we went off on a Twilight saga. Um, it's still about the blood, the you know, the different aspects of you know how each movie can relate to another one, or how somebody used this movie as an inspiration for their movie, or that especially the fan films that get made. And some of the fan films are really really great. If you haven't watched any of the independent films out there, there's a ton of them on like YouTube and Tubi, and now they're even hitting the mainstream in like Amazon Prime and things like that. But there's a lot of good film producers out there that they do everything on a shoestring budget or no budget at all. Dude, it's 4:51 in the morning and you're eating Oreo cookies. But I appreciate you enjoying the live show. I do, because that's what this is about. It's about having fun. It's not about dragging things down by talking politics or talking this side, talking that side. It's all about just having fun because it's life is meant to be fun. Life isn't meant to be ho hum, uh, Ebenezer Scrooge on a regular basis. Because if that's how you're living your life, I feel totally sorry for you. Um, that you can't find any middle ground for having some fun and enjoying life. And that's a sad place to be in. I have been to a point where I didn't enjoy life as much just because, yes, I was slave to the grind. Meaning that I was on a regular basis um, working my fingers to the bone for the man, and that's never any fun. Just trying to work basically 24/7 for somebody else. So now I work 24/7, 365 days a year for myself. Do I take some time off? Of course I do. And any other artist out there that tells you they don't take any time off for themselves is lying to you. And I don't know why they got to lie to you because, they get sick, they don't work. They go on vacation, they don't work. Um, so if they're sitting there telling you that they're drawing 24/7, 7 days a week, they're lying to you. Now, there are some that will push that limit. Yes, I did get a chuckle out of throwing Twilight out there. And I know there are some artists out there that work probably 5 or 6 days out of the week. Me, I work 7 days out of the week, but I only work from, say, the time I get up from bed, which is sometimes 3 o'clock in the morning, until, um, you know, uh, until the girlfriend comes home from work, which is about 1 o'clock. And so that's a pretty long schedule for doing artwork. Now, am I doing artwork the full time? No, not all the time, because I'm looking to see what's happening on Facebook too, especially at that time of the morning. Which Facebook is all over the place with what times it shows you things. It shows you some people that were on just about 3 minutes ago was their post, or you get some people that were 3 days ago. So Facebook makes no sense sometimes with how they show you pertinent information on your feed. So there's that. My name is Monty Anderson with 412 Productions. I go to comic book conventions and things of that good nature with my artwork. And this year is the rebuilding year. And so that means, what does that mean? What does that mean? What does 412 Productions mean? Well, and that was asked on a show before. What does 412 mean? Yes, we're taking care of the growing family, which is not human babies, but animal babies. We've got an incubator going right now, and we at 6 o'clock this morning, I will be flipping the eggs um, to hopefully hatch our own, start hatching our own. Eventually, we will get an automatic turner for the incubator, and we've got some baby goats out there. So we got two baby boys, bouncing baby boys. They like to climb all over you when you sit down on the ground. So that's a plus because their parents, I mean, other than the male Finn, he will come up to you, but the female is still kind of skittish and stays away from you for the most part. But the boys, they are now jumping on your legs, climbing up in your lap, all that good stuff. And so it's fun to watch them. And we do homesteading here. So that means I do have chickens, ducks, goats, pig, a dog, two cats. They like to get the barnyard misses, the little misses to pieces, little mice, field mice and rabbits and birds and chipmunks and all the cute little critters that you see in Bambi. You know, they like to bring them to our feet and drop them and be like, look what I did. It freaks the girlfriend out, and I'm like, cool, now go take it away. Um, because you had your nasty mouth on it and you already killed it. So there's that. If you live in the country S setting, you know what I mean. You have barnyard cats. So basically, I mean, these are indoor outdoor cats, so they can pretty much do what they want. They enjoy being inside during the cold weather, but they also start getting stir crazy and start demolition derby, if you will, inside the house. It's funny, it's cute sometimes until they break something, and then you want to wring their neck, But you don't. You just let them live their life. Let's see here. So, rebuilding year 412 Productions. 412 is not a religious verse from the Bible, as some people might think. 412 is a time, and if you're on Facebook and YouTube, you actually get to see right over here, right there, the alarm clock that's here on TikTok. Sorry, you don't get to see that, but you can see that if you go up here and go to my website that is in my bio. And once you're at the website, you'll see this 412 Productions. You can scroll down and you will find this alarm clock. Um, the alarm clock comes into play because I used to wake up at about 412 every, not every day, but pretty close to every day. Even before I joined the military. Yes, I am a veteran. And so at 4:12 in the morning, I used to wake up. After the military, it was even worse. So there was one morning I woke up, lifted my phone up, looked at it. 4:12 was on the board, and I was like, okay, it's 4:12 again. Tried to go back to sleep, and right about that time, blinding light in my eyes, not an aneurysm, trust me. Productions came across my sight in my as I closed my eyes, and it was like, huh, productions. What's that mean? Productions. And it's like 412 productions. I was like, okay, that's catchy. That's catchy. And I never did anything with it. I kept it in my head for several years. I don't even know how many years ago that was, but like 5 or 6 years ago. And um, so I am moving on with my regular gig. I had a job, a 9 to 5 job. Plus, I was also selling my artwork on a regular basis. Still am. And going to comic book conventions and stuff like that. Into 2024, got to thinking about it at the San Antonio show. Talked to the girlfriend about it. We came up with a slight game plan. She didn't know a whole lot more than I did at the time, and I fleshed it out even more uh, towards the Bonesy Jonesy Comics and Collectibles show in Jonesboro, which was my last show of 2024. There is when it came to full fruition. Actually, right before that show, I had made up a few business cards with my old logo on it. Yes, the logo has already changed since this viewing right now. And and so from there, I announced to him that I would be changing my name. No comic book conventions for 2025, and I've stuck to my guns on that. Even though I know there's some cool shows out there that I could be at right now, I am, you know, using this year to rebuild everything from my prints to new prints, including um, canvas prints, so that you have something substantial to hang on the wall other than just a piece of paper or having to buy a frame for the 11 by 17 print. Um, and so with that, there's all kinds of new product getting rolled out as well. Um, I would grab it, but I'm tethered right here, if you will, to my desk. But if you're watching on Facebook and YouTube, right up here, you get to see my product over here. And in that top corner, you get to see the Art the Clown on its base. That is two separate pieces. You get an actual saw blade that's painted on and a wooden base that it sits into. Now, excuse me, that can be sat up anywhere, meaning that you can put that where your phone is. Use it as a phone charging station, or put your keys on it, or put your change on it, or whatever, or just leave it as is as a mantelpiece or on a shelf. And it says the art of art on it, so it's a very cool piece. And if you need it in a life or death situation, you can throw the saw blade at somebody. I mean, why not? I also have Billy the Puppet from Saw, speaking of, that I turned into a actual clock. And he has a base of his own that says, "I want to play a game." And that way, it is a quote from the movie. And it is what's on the recorder, if you will, that people find, whenever they are chained to something when they wake up. So there you have that, and I'm going to do a lot more. Ghostface is going to be on the works next. I haven't done a Ghostface yet. I was happy that my Freddy Krueger sold before it was even actually finished. That's how much somebody enjoyed it. I still have Leatherface. I still have Art the Clown from Terrifier. I have all kinds of different things. I have 3 full portfolios of artwork that need to go home with you and get out of my hands. So please hit me up in DM if there's something that you're interested, or a specific character that you're looking for. I might have already drawn them, drawn him, drawn her, a creature, all that good stuff. We're going to spend the last few minutes talking about my comic book, if you will. It is in the works. I haven't written any more on it in a couple days. I'm still on page 18 of my 22 to 24 page books. 4-issue miniseries. Each miniseries book will have 4 different covers, so 4 variant covers. 1 main cover, 4 and 3 variants to each book. Now, when it's all wrapped up and said and done, there will be a graphic novel for the entire collection that will be connected together, with all the covers in there, plus some different pinup pages, splash pages, and things like that that will go into the book, just like a separate art page to it all. And I'm going to get some different people to work on covers, and it'll be different people working on um, the splash pages as well, the extra art pages that'll go into the graphic novel. So you'll want to get all of the books. Now, if you just are interested in the collection, which will be the graphic novel, it will have all covers to it. Plus, it will have all the new artwork that'll go into it, um, which will be by different artists. I'm not going to use the same artist over and over again. Now, if I decide to expand my universe in the comic realm from this main title, which I have not given yet because I'm keeping it under wraps for now, because I don't want somebody to run off with it and do their own thing with it. There are going to be cryptids. There are going to be mythological creatures in here from fairies and trolls and things of that nature. But think wizards and warlocks and witches and Salem, Massachusetts, and Bigfoot and aliens and possibly some other lore creatures out there that people think don't exist. But if these creatures don't exist, how have many people out there seen these creatures or been abducted? I was recently added to and I'm not laughing at it. It's just kind of strange that I would be added to a abduction uh, chat group on Messenger uh, from a page that I follow. And so I accepted it, and I read these people's experiences, and you can't discount their experiences, but some of it just seems kind of far fetched, if you will. Um, but you see movie after movie and report after report about these abductions of people. So you know, to each their own. I've never been abducted. I've only seen UFOs. I haven't seen an actual alien. Um, but hey, I live in a haunted house. I get poltergeist activity. I see shadow figures. I get orbs. All those good, cool stuff. That happen here at my house. So, and it's always fun whenever something new happens. It doesn't bother me anymore. I mean, it didn't really bother me when I moved in, but whenever it sounds like somebody's trying to break in your front door, and then that's the very first night, and then the very second night sounds somebody's trying to break in your side door, and you're in a dead sleep, and then that happens, and you wake up and you've got gun in hand, and you're walking around your entire house, inside and out, flipping lights on, you know, and you don't see squat. And then it throws figures off your wall or off your shelf that shouldn't even move because you do the whole jump test and absolutely nothing moves. But it is fun. But my comic book is going to be 4-issue miniseries, and a lot of people have heard the story that the reason why I'm doing a 4-issue miniseries is because of the comic books back in the day, back in the 80s and early 90s. Whenever they would break out, especially Marvel, would break out their main characters from their group setting and give you a little bit more information about said character, including their background and or their origin. And they would do it in a 4-issue miniseries that had a lot of adventure in it and things of that nature. So, and that's what I'm hoping to do with this book is to lead you on a journey of sight and sound. No, I'm not taking you to the Twilight Zone, although we might. I mean, we could do some Twilight Zone-ish stuff in there, but we'll see. It is going to be hopefully a different visual journey in this comic book that hasn't been done very often. And I've seen it done in a few movies, and I've seen it done in a few comic books from and it's been a while. But um, I'm hoping to do it in such a way that you want to pick up book 2. You want to pick up book 3. You want to pick up book 4 in the series. Now, you don't have to buy every cover. You can just buy the single cover that you want. Or, because I'm going to do it, open it up on Kickstarter and see what happens whenever I get all of the books written, illustrated, inked, and then have my covers. My covers are going to be painted. I'm already in the works of what I want to paint for my cover. So it's going to be appealing and eye-catching and something that you want to pick up. Now, on the other ones, I'm assuming that they are going to have somebody color it for them, or they are going to color it themselves. I'm not sure just yet. Hello, TikTok, with your stupid little slide the puzzle piece into place because you're reaching almost an hour mark. I guess that's what it's for. I don't know. I've never looked into that. Can you explain what the puzzle piece is on a live show? That you have to slide over into its place, and if you miss, you have to do it again. Um, but my painted covers are going to be very cool, hopefully appealing and eye catching that you want to delve into the book. Now, I'm not saying all of my covers will be um, painted covers, but for the majority, they probably will. Just because I'm enjoying painting a lot more here lately, and it's going to lend itself really, really well to the the whole canvas prints that come out later on certain things. So, but speaking of which, I've got my canvas waiting on me over here for David of the Lost Boys. Now, I don't know how many pages the graphic novel is going to end up being, but you're adding 16 extra pages to the story because of the 4 covers per book. So you're also going to have that, plus you're going to have some pinup pages of the characters by different artists as well. And so from there, it's going to be a lot. Because if each book is 22 pages except for book 4, which I'm thinking is going to go a little bit longer to wrap the story up, to finish it, if you will, um, then, I don't know the exact count number that would actually be in the book. But if it's 22, let's just take 22, times 2 is 44. And then your next plus another, 2 books. So you're at 88 pages already. And then you're adding in 16 uh, for the covers inside of that 88. So you're already over 100 pages there. And then any pinups that I'm going to include in there, you could be up to 120 page graphic novel easy, or more. Because I haven't decided on how many characters are going to be divulged in this. There's going to be some main characters, especially the main antagonist hero, who didn't want to be a hero, but it got thrust on him anyway. And then from there, you're going to have your covens, witches, obviously, and things of that nature. So there's just a lot to still think about as far as what character developments are going to happen, what character developments need to happen, um, what characters are going to be in the book. So it's all coming from right here inside this melon of mine. And Autobots roll out. No, life is fun. Life is good. Even with it snowing outside, it's not snowing now, but it snowed last night. 17-degree temperatures out there. So, you know, uh, saying 16 here on my monitors as I'm looking at the weather out there. But I appreciate each and every one of you being here, stopping in, checking out the channel. That's a lot of people watching, according to that little counter. But I do appreciate each and every one of you stopping in here, checking out the channel. Hopefully, you're liking, sharing, and following. And if you would go up here, not you guys on Facebook or TikTok or YouTube, right up here. Look at my one hand. My one hand. Oh my god. Oh, they're beaming me out. Maybe I'm getting abducted right now. I don't know. You can go up there to my bio. You can hit me up on my Facebook. You can hit me up on my YouTube channel, and obviously you're here on TikTok, but Instagram is on there as well. So I appreciate each and every one of you being here, stopping in, checking out the channel. We talk everything from comics to artwork, which I do, to movies, to anything we talk about. We'll talk about anything here. And if you ever have any questions, sorry about that, hit me up. And if you have any questions about what I have drawn up ready for your home, please hit me up because I would like to get these portfolios emptied out soon. I do have a lot of covers available as far as sketch covers go. You can also hit me up to see what I've got or go back and check some of my live shows, especially the live show right before this one. I think I did a whole recap of covers that I've got available. Plus, I have a half a comic book box full of sketch covers, so I might have something that you're interested in. But with that, I appreciate each and every one of you being here, stopping in, checking out the channel. And with that, as I always like to say as I end the show, we will catch you on the flip side. Have a good day, everybody.